Good morning. My name is John Brooks. My wife Susan and I joined Myrtle Grove 5 years ago. At age 3, my parents thought I was dying from acute Bright's disease. We lived near my grandfather in Brunswick County, so he suggested my parents take me to Dr. Sidbury down at Babies Hospital at Wrightsville Beach. Thanks to Dr. Sidbury, I survived. At age 6, we moved back to Oakboro, North Carolina, which is into Piedmont. One day, I decided to go visit a buddy of mine across the street. I was crossing the street to visit that friend, but when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I heard this loud screeching of tires. I went down and I closed my eyes, went down on my knees because I knew it was over for me. I sat there a minute and all of a sudden the screeching stopped and I looked up, I opened my eyes, and the car was about 2 to 3 feet from my face. 2 young boys jumped out of the car and told me how sorry they were. By that time, my mother heard all the commotion and she came running and thanked the 2 boys profusely for not killing her son. My parents always took me and my siblings to Sunday school and church. Dwight Hill, Fred Helms, Bill Balker, Bill Beatty, Wayne Dry were some of my Sunday school teachers that I admired greatly. Our preacher at the time preached a lot about heaven and hell. One Sunday at age 9, I made a decision on my own to get up from the back of the church, sitting back there with my buddies, walked to the front, told Pastor Monty that I wanted Jesus in my heart. For some reason, I didn't cry like most of the others, but I was happy with my decision. Because of Bright's disease and the screeching tire episode, I may have been thinking about meeting Jesus sooner than later. At age 18, I lost my dad to heart disease, and my world was never the same. In college, I rarely went to church, and after moving to Wilmington in 1974, I quit altogether. I was doing fine in the business world, so I didn't need church, so I thought. And the second apartment I lived in, my landlord was a man by the name of Cecil Hunt. Every month I would drop my check by his house, and every month he invited me to church. Sadly to say, I declined. I married my first wife in 1978, and soon after we had a son and a daughter. We both worked, so our son was in daycare at a private home in our subdivision operated by Gail Finley. Gail's husband Jim was the pastor at was pastor at Pine Valley Baptist Church. And he encouraged me to come to his church. So we decided to join. Once we joined, I finally realized how much I missed going to church. Both children were baptized at Pine Valley, and I actually taught Sunday school for a while to 5th grade boys. At Pine Valley, I also met Nathan Sanders and Ruth Murray, 2 Christian giants who have been so helpful to me spiritually and in other ways. Over the years, some of my close family members suffered from the disease of mental illness and the disease of drug addiction. Instead of running away, I ran to the Lord, and He guided me toward Christian friends and Christian family members. I received much needed prayer, help, and advice. I didn't want to deal with these situations, but I'm convinced that these trials and suffering made my faith stronger, humbled me, and made me more compassionate for my fellow man. And the Lord was always there through it all, even though many times I was too blind to see it. I became a Gideon in 2018, and my association with these godly men has been so valuable to me. I would be proud and happy to be an imperfect servant for our Lord Jesus Christ as a deacon of Myrtle Grove. Susan has agreed to be my able assistant. Thank you.